What's up guys, it's about that time to either panic or get really excited because Revan is due. Now it's been 74 days so far that Revan's been gone, and a large majority of the characters, these legendaries, these heroes' journeys tend to come back somewhere between 80 and 90 days, which means Revan should be pegged in somewhere in early to mid-January or late January, early February, absolute latest. Saying that, it's pretty uncommon these events come around on a 4-month cycle. They've been pretty much shifted to a 3 ever since the start of the year when Rey came back early and caught everybody by surprise. So yeah, I'm thinking we're going to see him sooner rather than later. I'm not really sure where this 6-month event perception comes from. A lot of people going around that these events come back every 6 months. They don't. I don't know really where it's come from. You know, I've been a game changer for over a year now. I was creating for over a year before that, and they've always been 4 months up until when Rey came around. Not including R2 coming back like after a month and a half that time, of course. But yeah, I remember in 2016 when Palp came back after 4 months, so I don't really know where the 6-month thing came from. But there's some other characters that are due soon as well. We'll get into that in a little bit, but right now let's discuss being ready for Revan. I'll show you my account right here. Okay, right, that's the account up, and I see the guild are doing Sith Raid for me, so shout out to all you guys in AOK right now. I'd actually 7-star trader today, even though I'm here making a video and not playing. Anyway, let's get on to the team. The Old Republic characters, you can see I'm pretty darn close. I mean, I'm only missing Big Z now. I've got a couple of shards to go, so it should be done in a few days. Because I'm farming him in both fleet and on energy, considering he's like one of the only light side hard node farms that's even like available right now. I haven't got Rose, but who's farming Rose? Sweet. Got a shard there as well. So yeah, it's coming along really good. You know, I've got all the others done. I've done the hardest farms, I feel. You know, I got the 2 Cantina farms out the way, getting T3 and mission done. That was quite a drain. I really feel for anybody that was having to, you know, rush a Chief Chirper farm for the sake of C3PO at the same time. I mean, that must have been pretty rough. Fortunately, I've been sat on 7-star Chirper forever. I mean, with the heroic AAT, a lot of people had Chirper because we ran the Chirpatine squad, which I don't even know if that's still a thing anymore. I can't imagine it is for the lower guilds. I mean, you can just shoot for one of the much bigger teams and just take everything out, take out multiple phases now. It's not quite a drain as it used to be. Phase 3 used to really suck. But along with the big farm, I've also been stockpiling Zetas and Omegas as much as I can, and it's been really difficult for me because I'm working on a couple of characters. I'm trying to make my old Ben useful. My Rogue One, I'm trying to tune them up for the sake of territory battles so we can get the final star in light side territory battles. But you know, it's pretty taxing in the Omega category, and I'm having to try and stockpile enough for 3 Zetas because Revan has 3 of them. I should be good to go on about 2 of his Zetas if he comes, you know, mid-Jan as expected. No way I'm going to get the 3rd on. I probably should never have done the Stormtrooper Zeta, but you know, it got done, and now I'm going to be 1 behind. I've got a pretty good roster though, so it shouldn't affect me too much. But one of the very best things, in my opinion, about the Revan event is that all of the characters that we're forced to farm in order to obtain him are actually very good. I mean, Zalbar and Mission, great in Grand Arena, great in Territory Wars. You can stick them together. You can throw Zalbar in the Kira team and run him along with Vandar Chewbacca. Mission herself, you know, that girl hits pretty hard. It's great to pair with Zalbar. You don't actually have to have Nest in that Kira team. You can put Mission and Zalbar in, and it works pretty much just as effectively, especially now that they've actually, you know, nerfed Nest anyway. Then we got Jolie, who's excellent in a Revan team. You get that Zeta on him, and he's just bringing the team back as fast as most people can kill him. Outside of like top PvP players that have, you know, a good idea of what they're doing, Jolie makes it a complete nightmare for people. And then Bastila, we don't really need to say anything about Bastila. Probably hands down one of the best characters in the game. Excellent lead. You can get her team going early on. She only needs to be like gear 7 or 8 for for her lead to really, you know, to have the effect that you need from her. Throw that Zeta on her and boom, you're able to compete right up there with the best in Arena. Even on older shards like mine now, I mean, Bastard is still creeps into the top 50 from time to time, which is pretty surprising considering how, you know, the meta has been shifting. Lastly, we've got T3M4, and well, he's kind of the exception. I mean, he's got a fantastic kit, but he's got no team to go with. There's not a good droid leadership, which means there's not really a good droid team. I mean, no one's using Lobot, and I know Arnold's really pushing for Grievous, but let's face it, the rework that we all want, I hope you all want anyway, I do, is HK47. That's the lead that I want to see get massively revamped for the droids. Grievous is cool and all, but I'm more of an HK guy, and HK, you know, should have a synergy somewhat with T3 anyway. So I think it'd be really sweet if he gets a rework as well as Grievous. I would like options. I don't want just one great droid leader and then the other one's trash. It'd be great to have both of them get a, you know, a good rework so we can use them in different areas of the game at least. Maybe one of them's PvP, one of them's, you know, tuned for the raid, something like that, you know. So that'd be pretty sweet. Regardless, T3 is gonna be a shoo-in for any droid team, because you know, his kit is just really good. It just doesn't really have any use right now. Worst case scenario, well, they're better than the veterans. But Revan isn't the only one that's due back soon. As you can see here on this website, R2-D2 has been gone just about the right amount of time for his return. BB-8 also been gone about the right amount of time for his return. Luke Skywalker the same, and to top it off, Jedi Rey has also been gone. So really we've got like 4 characters that are due along with Revan, which is going to be a crazy time if you're a new player, because I don't know how you're going to get all those teams together at once. But really this is more for the end game players who've been focusing on all of these characters already. You know, Christmas is coming a little bit late because we can pick up all of these characters at once if you've just got ready for the lot. Or if you're like myself, you can pick up the last one that's left to get. Also, just like the data miners over on Reddit had suggested, Slave 1 is January's login bonus. Now, I don't really know what this means for the game, but many people have speculated that we're going to need the bounty hunter ships, or at least Boba's ship in particular, to unlock the original trilogy Millennium Falcon, the same one that will utilize Raid Han and the legendary Chewbacca that most people have just finished and unlocked at 7-star. Now, if this is the case, I'm expecting this ship to be pretty darn powerful. I mean, is there a more iconic ship in all of Star Wars? And it's about time that the Raid Han, you know, the classic Han Solo, has access to his Falcon, because we've already got 2 versions in the game, one for Rey, one for Lando, and yet Han doesn't have one, which is like never really sat right with me as a big Han Solo fan. And I imagine a lot of the original trilogy fans themselves have also been itching for the ship to finally be included in the game. If this is gonna happen, if this is what Slave 1 being the login bonus means, then I really hope that the Falcon will come in and will bring some sort of balance to the Houndstooth meta, because that can really lead to some super tedious battles, which pretty much just come down to whose Thrawn kills the other first. And even then, sometimes you need a bit of luck, because it'll go down to 2 ultimates and stuff like that. Also, some sort of boost to Rebel ships would be nice. I mean, you know, Thrawn and Tarkin have pretty much dominated fleet for the longest of time now, so it'd be great if it can slow down the Empire ships in some way, or just, you know, boost the Rebel ships. Either way, I think we just need a bit of a shake-up in fleet once again. We had the Biggs meta for the longest time. Now we've pretty much got the same issue, but it's just Bosk ship instead. Lastly, a follow-up to yesterday's Galactic Bounties 2 Nest video, where I showed you guys how to take her down in the final tier. I've actually had some viewers that suggested other strategies, or, you know, other characters and methods, particularly for those who were particularly powerful bounty hunters, in which you can beat this even easier. So I figured I'd share those with you guys now. Here we have Redditor Randomness 54321, who messaged me to tell me that Gear 12 Bosk, Boba, Greedo, Zam and Dengar can actually auto this if you just have them around 200 plus speed, which is pretty great if you have really good bounty hunters, or they're a team you actively use a lot and have modded them well. Next up, I think this is Janobos. If I've butchered your name, I'm sorry, dude. But yeah, he mentioned you can actually just time the unstunning of Nest and execute with Boba for mass damage or even the kill. Just make sure you've got enough debuffs on her for when she unstuns, her bonus protection will disappear. If your timing is spot on, you've got the turn meter right, Boba will go and you should be able to pick up some really big damage, if not kill her. This is actually something that I attempted in the video. I've done it before and I attempted to do it in the video, but the timing was just wasn't in my favor, unfortunately. And that wraps up this video, guys. So hopefully you're all going to be ready for Revan, because you know Revan's a bit of a problem in Grand Arena, and that's easily my favorite mode in the game right now. I don't know about how it is for you guys, but yeah, the more Revans around, it's going to get pretty tough, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been farming since the second the previous Revan event ended, which is what I was doing. I mean, I'm a free-to-play player, so I've just been grinding and grinding away and any crystals that I do get from my arenas, and yeah, and now I'm ready. So if I'm ready, I'm sure a lot of other people are too, and things are about to get pretty tricky in arena, that's for sure. Well, until next time, guys, we out of here.